Hi, welcome back to another Mr. Robot Monday. Uh, Today I'm actually going to do a Windows machine. I was debating on this previously. I've been working a lot on Linux machines, so I figured why not just go ahead and dive into Windows? So it'll be something a little bit different here. I went ahead and selected one called Devil. Uh, Windows machine, it's easy. Don't really know much about it other than it is retired because I can't do the live ones, or yeah, I can't do the live machines on live stream. You have to wait until they are retired before you're allowed to post up any kind of walkthrough for them. So yeah, I went ahead and logged into our Hack the Box VPN. So I have an IP address up there for it. Waiting for the actual machine to spawn right now. Trying to make sure all this live stream stuff is working as intended. It looks like we're good there. Let me check a few more things real quick while this is booting up. I feel like there's always an issue. Like something just always goes wrong. Let's see. Last week it was Instagram, but Instagram seems to be up and running now, so that's a good thing. Let me check out everything else just to make sure. That looks good. That looks good. All right, cool. And it looks like we have our IP address already. So let's go ahead and start this, right? So we'll grab our IP address. And the first thing I'm going to do is run a port scan using Nmap. And I'm going to output that to nmap.txt. So we'll go ahead and let that run real quick. Oh, so generally speaking, a lot of these Windows machines, you will need to use the TACPN flag. So that you're not using ICMP packets, because a lot of the times on these Windows machines, it'll just drop the packets. So it's something a little bit different than Linux. I mean, some Linux machines have it too. They have it set up so it blocks the ICMP. So if you were to sit there and like ping a machine over and over again using the ping command, it sends out those packets that are ICMP packets, right? And a lot of the times with software, it'll understand exactly what you're trying to do. So if you keep pinging it over and over again, it's going to understand that there might be, some kind of malicious thing behind that. So they end up blocking those ping probes, ping packets, ICMP packets. But yeah, all we have to do is use TACPN to essentially turn that off, and then we are good to go with Nmap. Let's see how much time we got left. Man, it's going slow. Actually, let me go ahead and ping it first just to make sure. Whoa. Did not mean to do that. I accidentally hit my scroll wheel. Okay, yeah, we're hitting it all right. So that's fine. It's just going super slow for some reason. Oh, man. So we started working on the live stream studio this weekend. As you can see, got the walls painted and stuff. It's still not anywhere near where it needs to be. Still working through a lot of changes that we want to make down here, but it's slow progress, but we'll eventually get it done, get it nice looking. Minute 17 left. Oh, man. I'm tired. It has been a very, very long Monday. My Chiefs lost yesterday to the Bills, which I'm not terribly upset about. Like, I'm okay if they lose to a good team, you know. It's if they lose to a horrible team, like if they lose next week to the Panthers, I would be pretty angry. But it's not going to happen, right? Going to bounce back. They're going to win all their postseason games, including the Super Bowl. So we'll make it a trifecta. Wishful thinking, I guess. I don't know. Almost done here. 30 seconds, 23 seconds. Oh, man. I can't stop yawning. I hope I'm not making you yawn too. This is not meant to be boring. It just takes a long time for some of these. Oh, what the hell? Wait, I see something wrong here. I see .56. Am I scanning the wrong IP address? I am. Well, no wonder it's taking forever. Let's try this again. It's supposed to be .5. I don't know where the 6 came in. I guess I fat fingered it. It's a good thing we're scanning internal networks. Otherwise, that would have been really bad. Be scanning somebody else's network. That would have been horrible, actually. You can get in trouble over that. All right, so we got 2 ports. Let's do. Let's run this nmap script that I made. Copy this. Paste it in there. Run that so that we're checking the versions and then the. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. Scripts, versions and scripts, right? So Nmap has a ton of scripts that it runs. So if it sees an open port, it's going to run scripts against it to see things like, actually, you can see right here, it allows for anonymous FTP login. So that's one of the scripts that it will run. Let me put this back in there. There we go. And it just tries all the different known, not necessarily exploits, but if there's something that's going to help you, such as logging in anonymously, like it's going to let you know, so long as you run that scripts command or that scripts flag with it. So it looks like we have an FTP server, and we also have an HTTP server, web server running Microsoft IIS. And it looks like we have the directory of what's going to be reflected within the IIS here, within the FTP. So let's see what we can do in FTP. I know we can log in anonymously, so we'll go ahead and try that. So I will FTP anonymous at 10, 10, 10, 5, not fat fingered to be 5, 6. Password, we don't need one. All right, so we have everything there. Let me make sure of something. I want to see if that is the actual directory, because if it is, we might be able to upload a reverse shell in there if it'll allow us to upload, which we'll check that too. So let's try HTTP 10, 10, 10, 5. So we have a welcome screen there, and I believe let's get IISS.htm. Okay. Let's check that out. Open folder. That'll work. What's it called? See if we can find it in here. Open that up. Okay. What about the welcome.png or PNG? So we'll get welcome.png. And there is a directory. We'll see if we can go into that. System cannot find the file specified. Let me exit and sign back in because sometimes it. No, it won't let us get the welcome.png. That's weird, man. All right, let's see if we can change directory into ASP.NET _ client. All right, said it was successful. Okay, there's another directory here, so we'll change directory into system web. Check that out. Whole lot of nothing in there. Another directory. Let's see if we can go into that. Yep, nothing in there. All right. Let's try to do something here. Let's go to that main directory there. See if we can back out. Nope. Oh yeah, this isn't a Linux machine. What am I doing? Anyway, let's see if we can put something in there. So I have a file that's already in here that I use for things like this called test.txt. And then it just has the word test in it. So I always keep that in that home directory just so I can, do things like this. So put test.txt. Let's see if it goes in. It looks like transfer complete. So we have a test.txt. Let's see if we can access that. So we'll do /test.txt. Hey, there's our file. Our file is now on their web server. So that is a good sign for us. Since this is Microsoft IIS 7, I believe we need to try or it says ASP.NET right there. So ASPX reverse shell. So let me load up revshells.com and see what they have. Whoa, revshells isn't working. Oh, there it goes. Load up revshells here. I don't know if they have it. They may not have it on here. I may have to look at my notes or do some Googling for ASPX reverse shell. So let me pull up notes real quick. Actually, I'll just Google ASPX reverse shell. So they got an MSF Venom one. We can try that. Wait. There we go. There's one. Which one do we need? It looks the same. Which one? Oh, ASPX. Yeah, we'll do the ASPX. Let's try that one. All right, so we can exit out of that. Paste in our command for MSF Venom reverse shell. Our ports, we'll just use the standard Metasploit 4444. Add in our IP address, which is 10.10.16.17. Run that. Now we have a reverse.aspx. Cool. So now let's go back into our thing here. And let's do put, what was it called? Reverse.aspx. Put that in there. Let's make sure it's saved. And we have it right there. So let's also open up a listener. So we'll use netcat nvlp 4444. And then hypothetically, should we go to this, it should give us a shell. So let's try, what was it, reverse.aspx. Let's see. Oh, see that? Caught it. Maybe. May need stageless. Let's go back to that cheat sheet we were looking at. Let me try to run this just with Metasploit MSF console. So there's two different types of these payloads for Metasploit. They're staged and stageless. Usually, if one doesn't work, the other one will. Something that you'll notice whenever you're going through and working with these things is these slashes here. So I don't remember which is which. Actually, let me pull up my notes in Notion just so I can verify and not tell you the wrong thing. Let's see. All right, so didn't mean to do that. I have my notes here from Notion. So we have Windows staged and Windows stageless. So staged is going to have Windows /whatever, right? And then the stageless is going to have all of it together, right? So the last one had Windows /shell/reverse TCP. Stageless is going to be annotated like this. It's going to have shell_reverse TCP. So that's how you'll tell the difference between the two. See that? Anyway, just a GWiz thing, fun thing. They taught us in OSCP. I just haven't used it in a very long time. Like, I know if one doesn't work, I'll try the other one. Generally, the stageless one works very, very well. But yeah. Anyway, we'll just try it on MFS console real quick just to see if we can catch that reverse shell from it. So we'll need to. Oh boy, it's been a while since I've used this too. I'll need to use multi-handler. And then options, we need to set our lhost to our IP address, which is 10.10.16.17. And then we can run that. There it goes. So I was like, man, this is taking a while. Cool. So now we can try and reload this and see if it catches the shell on here. And if not, then I'll just run a stageless one. Not a big deal. Yeah, it's not. Okay, not a big deal. Let me see. We will just pull up our... I don't need that one. Nope, definitely don't need that one. So let's exit this. Pull up our command again. Let's see, what did I run? Why is that not connecting? Let me pause that real quick. Options. Oh, I think I know why, actually. Wait. Nope. Okay, never mind. Let me try and run that again. This is acting a little finicky here. I don't know why it's taking forever just to do this. That's usually it's pretty instant. It's very odd that Metasploit isn't even picking it up, but we were able to pick it up from here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Because it definitely reached out to us. Weird. Oh man, my stuff is freezing up now. What in the world? Okay. All right. Let me restart this machine. Oh, not off to a good start here. So we definitely know that that is the avenue of approach there. It's going to be our attack vector is uploading a reverse shell onto that FTP server anonymously, since it is set to the directory for that web server that's running. We upload that, then we visit that within the browser, and it should spit out a reverse shell for us. All right, let me log back in. And let me try this again. This is why you don't use Kali as like an everyday machine. Like it is so finicky. Like sometimes it does some weird shit and I just have to restart it. It is definitely not a stable platform. So let me load up MSF console again. Let's see what this does. And if this doesn't work, I'll just run a stageless reverse shell. Oh wait, I need to do the VPN. I need to log into the VPN. Might help if we can actually access the network. Cool. We are back with the VPN. Let me just make sure we can connect to that still. So, oops. Whoops. All right. Yeah, we're still connected to that. So we will use multi-handler options, set L host for 10, 10, 16, 17, and then run that. Dude, come on. This is ridiculous. We'll see if we can catch that reverse shell here, which it is not looking promising the way this thing is going so slow. And this is already loaded. Let me try a... let me try a stageless one. I really don't know what's going on with this thing right now. I will close that out. So we are using an interpreter shell. Let me, where are my notes? I just had them pulled up. So let me upload this. We'll do a stageless, see if that works. I need to FTP in. Can I remove? No? Okay. Okay. Exit. We will run MSF console again. And we'll try this with a stageless one, just to see if that works better. And if not, I'm really not sure. My machine might be bugging out. And it looks like it's bugging out already. There we go. Use multi-handler. And set. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to set the payload. Set payload. I'm an idiot. No wonder it wasn't working. To, what is it? Windows, interpreter. Now it's underscore reverse TCP options. Set lhost to 10, 10, 16, 17. Yeah, it's been a while since I used Meterpreter or Metasploit, MSF console, Meterpreter shell, any of it. Didn't get to use it while I was in my OSCP stuff, so I like to do things manually. But if that was, we found it on what website was that? So we found this on Hacktricks, which is a really good website. So I just used it. So I'm just going to use the Meterpreter shell. Might as well. So we'll do run. Let that run, and then I will hit refresh once that goes. There we go. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Finally. Cool. So we got a Meterpreter shell. Forget though. What is it? Commands, maybe? No. Oh, help. do. All right. So we have. Let me see. Oh, wait. I can't do that. What is it? So we can do. Let's do sysinfo. Windows 7. Dear God. I bet you there's an exploit for this. Oh, man. Trying to remember all these commands. Like, it has them all listed, but this is a really cool thing about the Meterpreter shell too. Like, all of these commands and everything are listed, so you just have to type those out. It tells you what it does next to it. But if you haven't used it in a long time, you got to sit there and read through it. You can even do things, like webcam commands. You can play, sounds or whatever on their machine. Hash dump, that's a really bad one. See, let's try get UID. See exactly get UID. Okay, so this is our server username. I'm kind of curious. So Windows 7, this build. Let me Google this and see if we can find any known exploit. Oh man. Let's see. There's some kernel exploits available. Nothing that I really want to try and use, just because you have to compile everything. And the kernel exploits, they can go a little sideways sometimes. They can like crash the entire system. So I try to stay away from those unless I can't find anything else. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Background BG. Yeah, there we go. Search. Can't remember what it's called. Exploit. No. Search exploits suggestion. No, there's a module in here. I don't remember exploit search or something, suggestion, something like that. Let me Google it. I'm telling you, it's been a while since I've used this. I think this is it. So local exploit suggester module. Let me search local exploit suggester. There we go. So we will use 0 options. You guys see what session it is. So session 1. So we will set session to 1 and then run. So this goes through and goes through a list of like known exploits that you could, do privilege escalation on. And then it gives you like a list of them that you should probably try. The top, being the most probable versus the last one to be, least probable. But all right, almost done. Almost done. So if I was doing this manually and I was not using Metasploit, then what I would be using is a program called WinPeas, which is Windows Privilege Escalation script. And what that does is kind of like what you're seeing right now. It just runs all these different scripts throughout the host, and then finds somewhat of the best path that you can find for privilege escalation within that machine. Okay, so we got one here. Event viewer, the target appears to be vulnerable. So we have a couple here. Service is running but could not be validated. Vulnerable Windows 7. So I've used a couple of these. Actually, I've used this one before on another one. I've used the this bypass UAC using Event Viewer before. I've done that manually. Reflection Juicy. I've used this one before. All right, so we got a few of them here. Let's see. CV bits arbitrary file. Service is running but could not be. So let's try this one first since it does appear to be vulnerable. So we'll use one. Use one. No. Okay, it won't let us do that then. So we'll just copy that. We will use this. Set payload. To window. Well, we'll just use that at the same. We'll show options. We will set lhost to 10, 10, 16, 17. The port's fine. We will use or set session 1 and run. Let's see if this exploits it. Exploit aborted due to failure, no access, not in admin's group. Cannot escalate with this module. Okay, so that one doesn't work. Let's try the next one. Where does this even end? This? Yeah. Sometimes these things just don't work. That's cool. I mean, apparently my user that I'm using right now is not in an admin's group, so we can't priv esc into the actual administrator. So completely fine. So we need to use the next one. Bits arbitrary file move, huh? So options. Let's see. Oh, wait. We can't use this because it is x64 and the machine we're looking at is x86. So we cannot use this one. Glad I caught that. So we'll try this one. Third time's the charm, right? Hopefully. Hopefully it's not one of the ones at the bottom. Hopefully one of these even works. I don't know. We'll find out. So let's use paste clipboard there. We'll use this one. We'll use that payload. That's completely fine. Options. We will set lhost for 10, 10, 16, 17. Set session to 1. And go ahead and run that. Oh, exploit finished. Okay, let's see who we are then. Get UID. Hey, we just rooted it. Thanks, Metasploit. You did all the work. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Cool. So now we can actually drop down into a shell. We can go to, let's see, go into CD users. And now I guess I need to get the user flag first. So we'll CD into Babis is our user, I guess. Probably on their desktop. So we will type user.txt, grab that user flag, and let's see, where is, there it is. We will submit that user flag here. I'd say that was a piece of cake. That wasn't very difficult. This whole thing was a piece of cake. Wasn't difficult at all. They kind of showed you where to go at the beginning, which I'll do a recap here shortly. But let's go ahead and go to the administrator folder here, and then their desktop. And let's type root.txt and grab that flag, copy that. And then I will paste that in, submit, and we owned that box. Sweet. Should I share it? All right. I'm going to submit that as a piece of cake as well. That was a pretty easy box. I wasn't expecting it to be this easy. Generally, the Windows machines can be a little bit more difficult. So I'm wondering who did that as a medium, because this was fairly simple. So we'll kind of recap through it. So it did a Nmap scan, found 2 ports open, port 21, which is FTP, and port 80, which is the web server. Nmap we ran a script scan with Nmap, and we found that we were able to log in as anonymous to the FTP. So we did that, and we found the files in there were the same files for the web browser that was showing. So I had the idea to upload a reverse shell. First, I tested to see if we could upload any files into that directory on the FTP server. We were. So then I created a reverse shell in the ASPX format, uploaded that, ran Metasploit, set up a listener on Metasploit for the Meterpreter shell payload. Went and visited that document within the web browser. It automatically kicked off a reverse shell for us, which we got. Then I did a Google search on the Windows build. At first, I couldn't really find anything for that Windows 7 build. There were some kernel exploits that I didn't want to try. Then I used the local exploit suggester module within Metasploit to look up those different exploits that might be available for the Privesk, which there was a list. There was quite a few. So we tried the bypass UAC using Event Viewer, which we weren't able to do because our user was not I cannot speak, was not in a administration or an admin group. So they had to be in an admin group in order to try and run this. Went down to the next one. This is actually for x64, not x86. So we weren't able to use that as well. Went down to this last one here. Added in our information and just ran the exploit, and voila, we were able to do Privesk, managed to root the machine, got everything. And this was probably one of the shorter ones I've ever done. We were done in what, 40, 45 minutes? Cool. Well, I do appreciate everyone joining me today. If you like this, share, let your friends know about it, subscribe on YouTube, Discord, Instagram, Facebook, all of it, man. Check out the website for new updates. I'll have some more blog posts coming soon, and very, very soon I'll have some merchandise headed your way too. But in the meantime, stay savage, have fun.